3 tips for perfect bathroom lighting, part 2. Now, in the previous episode, and go and watch that if you haven't seen it, I talked about what you don't need in your bathroom. So go and watch that to make sure you avoid that simple mistake. So what do you need in terms of the lighting in your bathroom? Well, I want you to think of it in layers. You will need an overhead light of some kind, and in most bathrooms, unless your bathroom is the size of a house, one will suffice. So that might be a pendant if you have the ceiling height for something with a drop, or it might be a flush mount where there is no drop and it is directly attached to the ceiling. Both can be decorative, both can be simple if you would prefer. But that is generally a reasonably wide light, often with a diffuser panel that will help that light spread across your bathroom and provide that generalised task lighting that you will need, and ambient lighting to a degree. The second layer I want you to think about is the wall lighting. So the thing that people worry about in bathrooms is not having good enough light to do makeup, to shave, and all of those sorts of activities that are generally done in the mirror. Now, rather than sticking a load of overhead downlights in your ceiling, which actually cast the most horrible light on your face and leaving a shadow, giving you multiple chins if you're me, and actually not providing sufficient lighting, what you need to do is get that lighting in front of you. So where you have a vanity unit and a mirror, I want you to put wall lights either side of that mirror if you can, and if you don't have the space, put it above the mirror, but make sure it's as wide as it can be to spread that light evenly across your face. And you will find that the most complementary lighting, but also actually the most effective lighting for doing things like your makeup. And then that third layer I want you to think about is generally in the shower, where you might have a niche or a shelf. I want you to put a tiny little downlight into that niche so that you're lighting up whatever's in that shelf, giving you a little bit of extra added light for the function of that shower. Now, there is one exception to the no downlight rule, and that is a very enclosed shower cubicle. So where you might have a bathroom where your shower cubicle is made up of wall and then glazing, you may find that there isn't enough light coming into that shower from the rest of the lighting in your space. And so you may need to add a little downlight into that. But what I would suggest is that you don't add it right by the shower head, because one, it will probably be covered up by the actual shower head and then you'll be left with a terrible shadow. And two, it's unbelievably unflattering and nobody needs a light shining down on them when they are naked in the shower. So I would suggest that you put that further down your shower where you just walk into it, and that will be plenty of light. Now, there's one more element that I want you to consider when it comes to your bathroom lighting, but you're going to have to come back for part 3 where I will divulge that final element. Hope to see you there. Bye.